And we're recording. Happy whatever day we're now posting these things. It might be Wednesday.
Wednesday's at like 10.
Yeah. Happy new Wednesday.
But like, happy Thursday because it's Thursday.
You would probably listen to this on Thursday anyways.
Yeah.
Because you're our dedicated listeners. I'm Erin.
I'm Jade.
This is Unapologetic Introverts.
Yes. Okay, well, you got to explain your message to me about our name in the podcast and mentioning it on Insta. You messaged me from our account.
Oh. I'd have to look at that again.
And what I gathered was we should be saying our name, but also the episode name. I'm not going to say that.
No, in the trailer.
We do say our name.
We do say.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if we did.
Yeah.
We said who we were.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it.
That's okay.
I don't.
Not a lot of people have listened to it.
That was the beginnings of us, and I feel like we should re-record it because it's so awkward.
It's not that bad.
I feel like it was so forced. I feel like we could be a lot more.
I feel like they're all. We can do like a trailer 2.0 after like 100 episodes. How about that?
That's only 70.
The trailer only has 5 plays. Like nobody listened to it.
Doesn't anyone want to know what the podcast is about?
57 people listened to the first episode.
Not
though.
that the trailer is helpful.
I mean, it kind of is.
Hey, you know what? If we get to 60 plays on the first episode, that's exciting.
That is exciting. We're at 527 overall.
You know what? That's a lot. We went up a quarter of 100 in less than. Like, didn't we just post that we hit? This is on topic for today. Didn't we just post that we hit over 500 plays?
Like on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
I think so.
We're almost a quarter of the way to 600.
Yep.
Sweet.
We did gain 2 more Spotify followers.
Sick. Welcome to the Unapologetic Introverts Club.
And I'll give an update on our countries. So Canada, US, United Kingdom, Hungary. Now we've got Estonia, Ireland, Denmark, Malaysia, and Nigeria.
Oh, those are new.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks everybody for joining.
I don't know when I mentioned it because Google Podcasts went goodbye and they were like, oh, you can integrate it to YouTube. I got it integrated.
Yes.
If you guys want to listen on there, go ahead, I guess.
I suppose it's going to be on YouTube Music now?
No, it's just on YouTube.
That's
I
weird.
haven't figured out the music part.
Isn't there an app or something for that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We have a YouTube channel.
We are now on the YouTubes, but not the video YouTubes.
Well, it's technically, yes, a video, but it's just our photo and our voices.
Oh, weird.
I didn't know what it was going to do, but that's what it did.
Well, you know what? Well, catch us on YouTube, folks.
And I mean, it uploaded the trailer and I was like, cool, because it says that you can have a trailer to your channel. And I was like, oh, I'll just use that. But when you go to select one of your videos, it's not there. But then if I go to our videos, it's there. This whole process with YouTube has been a stupid
gong show
because I had to do a freaking video of my face turning to make sure I was a real person. I was like, I'm not showing you my freaking ID.
Just checking that you're not an AI.
Just to be able to upload the podcast, I had to get access to like extreme advanced features.
Oh, interesting.
And you can either do that by like having 2 months of channel watch history and being popular, or submitting your ID, taking a video of your face or something else. And I was like, you don't need my passport. Thanks.
Yeah, that's weird.
Let's
not give personal information to the Google.
The Googles.
I mean, they already have our information, but whatever.
Yeah. Reading. Where did I lead? Did I say I started Wretched last time?
I think so.
I think so.
I think you should leave yourself a little note.
I know. Usually I'm good, but
I'll leave a little note.
Let's just say that I understand hold on, I'll backtrack. If you don't know what series I'm talking about, it's called the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. I do highly suggest. I love that I can see you typing in our note. They are dark romances. I understand that. Hook was like, okay. Wasn't my favorite, but like I got through it. It was good. Scarred, I liked better than Hooked. Went into Wretched. Wretched was about Wizard of Oz and drugs and whatever. And
sounds dark.
Drugs and like FBI and yada yada yada. It was cool. Overall premise, cool.
The spit in the mouth thing?
Oh, what did I tell you what else happened?
No. Should I be concerned?
It's not pod friendly.
Okay, not safe for work. We're dialing down now.
Very dark romance. I understand people out there.
Phenomena.
I thought you were just talking.
I know it sounds so much like me.
I thought that, Hooked and Scarred, I'd been into 2 books. Wasn't really prepped for what happened. Didn't really enjoy that. So that got a 3-star.
So we're just going to burn that book.
We're going to...
It doesn't go in the library.
I will read the rest of them because I'm interested in the other stories.
Okay.
But now I have started the sequel, technically.
Okay.
In the Icebreaker series, Wildfire. This was much lighter, much
That's
nicer
probably
to
a
read.
breath of fresh air compared to the deep, dark hole that is Emily McIntyre's brain.
So that's where I am. I think I'm halfway, 3/4. Haven't finished that yet. So
good for you. Yeah. I'm on book 2. It's exciting. Yay. I need more time to sit with. It's a bigger one.
Yeah, and they just get bigger. Minus the novella, but they just
except
get
for that other one.
The little one.
The little one.
Your little Christmas special.
Little Christmas. Yeah, that's probably
so nice.
Oh, I'm excited for that. Anyway.
Yes. I want tattoos.
I want more tattoos too. I keep going. I can't find that artist in Edmonton. I'm so mad.
Did we talk about it? Like, was it a TikTok?
I don't think so. I think it was just an Instagram. Yeah, in Edmonton. It was back when I went to Edmonton last year, and I was like, I wish I had gone and I had time to go to this person, but I didn't.
But we definitely talked about it.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it, but I went through all of our messages. I literally probably should not have done that at work. I'm sorry, but I was like on my break anyways. So
don't apologize.
Yeah, I'm not apologizing. Whatever. I just can't find them. I'm so sad. I hope they haven't dumped their Instagram.
Yeah, my first thought was, and we probably discovered them last year. It was a dude on TikTok who was out there, so that's why I was like, oh, is it this person? I have no idea what their name is.
Yeah, but that's my problem. They don't have a memorable name.
I tried to search in iMessage, and it was just talking recently. I was like, no,
we need more. Anyways, I'm on the hunt. But I did find an artist in Toronto who does abstract swirl tattoos.
Yes, you sent me that.
And I'm thinking about getting a whole leg of that
in one go.
Maybe not one go. Maybe start from the lower leg.
Sorry, I should say not one go as one session, but one big design in sessions, or little ones, not little, but ones that intertwine.
Probably one big one.
One big one.
We start at upper thigh and then maybe wrap avoiding the knee. Apparently that's super painful.
Yeah. I think any crevice.
Yeah. Though
crevasse.
Yeah, crevasse. Though when they had tattooed and got closer, it did smart, but it only smarted when it was one line.
It what?
It's smart, smart. Oh.
Huh?
The word smart. It smarts. You've never heard that? No. Oh my god.
What?
Oh, maybe I'm old.
Maybe I'm just stupid.
No.
I had to ask you what a martyr was today.
That's okay. Martyr is kind of one of those words, and we learned that from the Bible. So
that makes a lot of more sense.
Why you wouldn't have that knowledge? But if you go to smarts, the word.
Yeah.
Dictionary. I thought I had dictionary on this iPad, but to smart. Of a wound or part of the body, feel or cause a sharp stinging pain. So that smarts.
I have never heard that in my whole life.
Yeah. The smart of the recent blood raw cuts. That's another way of using it. Anyways, I've always used it.
I hate English.
It's funny. Anyways, so yeah, it stung
quite
a bit when they were doing the single line, but when they were filling, it was fine. So I don't know what the difference is there. But I am so down for a leg piece. I'm ready.
It'd be fun.
I got lots of space, so
I want
everything. Holy shit, I have a lot of apps open.
Me every week. Although all I do on the iPad is research for the pod, so I don't know what happens. I'm like, where did all these open? I want to get more flowers on my left arm, but yeah, I think the right arm, and I know I messed this up by putting my
Right?
Aquarius
I
tattoo.
did the same thing.
And I can't move it now or cover it because it's matching with my mom. Like,
Right.
I think I'm gonna maybe just fill it so it's solid. Do you think that would look weird?
Like a solid line?
Yeah, like the intersections will be a little bigger. But it's just so faded and
It is faded. It's just like my other tattoo.
blurry. Like hers is dark still,
Yeah.
and it's a little like blown out, but mine's just really faded.
Mm,
All my dots stayed. Some of hers didn't stay, but
maybe you just need like a touch up.
I just feel like I don't know if you could touch it up because all the dots are different sizes.
It should be doable.
And I was
If
like,
you get a really good artist to do it. I don't know if you still have connections with that artist.
I don't want connections with that artist. It's
Fine.
okay. I was thinking, you know what? We can you could probably save the intersecting dots and just do a line, maybe.
Maybe like make the intersecting dots a little bit bigger and
Yeah.
then just do. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Make it stand out a bit more
And then if it fades, it all fades
more evenly.
together. And then right arm can be.
But now that you're older, you'll take care of it better, like after you get it, right? So it's likely
to be
last
fair,
better.
when I got it, it was wrapped in saran wrap. It was one of those ones.
Yeah, and that's not bad.
It's not terrible.
But now you can like definitely be more conscious of like moisturizing and keeping it. Yeah, it's really hard because when I was younger, I got all these ones that were in my inner wrists and stuff. I had no concept of how to take care of them, so
No,
they're all.
it's not
a little
really
bit
like
more
the
faded.
artist told me either.
No, me neither. I literally went and got like the one on my left arm like 5 minutes before this dude closed. He was nice enough to actually give me a tattoo.
He's like, okay, money.
He's like, yeah, just give me the money, and you're 18, right, or whatever age you have to be. Yeah, check. I was.
Yeah,
I was. But like, it just
yeah,
let
so
me
was
in.
I.
It hurt. I was not prepared for that.
Mine didn't hurt that much. I was okay with it.
That's not bad where that one is though.
It's like right in the middle of my
when you get
forearm.
closer to your forearm. When you get closer to all your carpal tunnel, your carpals.
Yeah.
That's when it freaking hurts.
Yeah, but I want left arm. We definitely want my Halsey lyric. I just can't find a quote.
Yeah.
We want Prudence and Grizzly, which are my little stuffies from when I was little. Fun fact to anyone, Prudence is a pig, and she is the most pristine stuffed animal I've ever seen. She's as old as I am. She was on the front steps when I came home from the hospital.
Oh.
Grizzly is technically like a heating pad. He just doesn't have his insides because they broke and were gross. So he's fun. He's a little brown bear. And I think there's a picture of me with both of them, and both of them like in my arms in like a shopping cart somewhere. What did you just ask ChatGPT?
I don't know. Oh, it brought up the last facts that I had.
But I want them. I want something for my two kitties and something for my old kitty and probably something for my dog.
And we're gonna get book tattoos.
Heck yeah.
Sweet. We should just go do that.
And you know what? They don't have to be matching because I've got a weird thing with matching tattoos.
I don't want to have matching. I want like the ones that I showed you weren't matching. They were
so
slightly
cute.
different. So I think we need that.
Left arm can be, what do they call it? Like patchwork kind of?
Yeah, well, my whole body's going to be a patchwork at this point
Yeah.
because I just like collecting random.
And I'll just have flowers in a random constellation.
Left arm would actually work really well for me because I got random shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got a space possum, bunch of flowers.
I love him
more
so
flowers.
much.
I want more yellow tattoos, but nobody wants to do them because they're a pain in the ass.
Well, you know what? If they're a really shitty artist, they'll just take your money and they'll do it.
Right? Just take my money.
If they're a great artist, they'll go, okay, sure.
Sure.
I trust you.
I'm warning you right now that yellow is going to suck, but thanks. But you know what? Whatever.
I'm here
Just
for
give
it.
me the tattoos. I'm paying you.
Yep, literally. You understand the risk.
Yeah, that yellow fades, or it might be patchy because it's really hard to see, especially on white skin.
Yeah.
Because, pale as hell. Just give me more tattoos.
So yes, Erin and I want more tattoos. Erin has way more than I do. I technically have 3.
I mean, I want to get to the point where I'm not really counting. It's just my whole body is like tattoo.
It's just so fun, and everyone's like, "You weren't born with tattoos. What are you gonna look like when you're?" I'm gonna look like a badass. Also, I wasn't born with any of these goddamn freckles on my face.
I'm gonna look rich as fuck because you know how expensive tattoos
Yes,
are.
and they're just gonna keep getting more expensive.
It's an art collection.
Yeah,
on my body.
It's so fun.
It's great.
I always forget I have the one on the back of my arm, so it's like just a little sneak peek. I'll see it sometimes in like a mirror, and I'm like, oh hey,
oh yeah. My friend, because we're still in tattoo mode here, just got her first tattoo.
Oh,
okay. I should say tattoos.
Okay.
Tattoos.
Like sat and got like 4.
Got 2 first off.
Okay.
Little ghosty, and I can't remember the other one.
A little ghost
for her daughter Amelia, and then I can't remember what the other one was.
I
for
love that name.
Her son Noah, which
also
perfect names. Awesome names.
Yes.
Best names. Very good naming her kids. And then like 2 weeks later, she goes and she gets a freaking half sleeve.
Come on. Are you
just
rich?
This angel. Like, I will show you after this, but intense. I'm like, you just started. Yeah, no, I'm okay to sit 8 hours. It was 8 hours session.
Oh my God. So my first sunflower was like maybe half an hour.
Really? She's quick,
40
eh?
minutes. My 2, do I have 2 more or 3 more?
I can't remember. I can see from here.
I think I have 2 more.
I think you have 3 total, yeah.
An hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah. Like the bunny wasn't that long for me.
No.
Felt like forever.
She chatted and she had a consult. But yeah, so I think it was like an hour and a half. I was booked for half a day just to be safe.
Yeah.
But that was the longest hour and a half of my life.
Right.
And at the end of it, I was like, I kind of feel sick.
Did you eat?
I did eat, but I was also really hot.
Oh, that does not help.
So, but after I was totally fine. But 8 hours.
8, like
you might have to drug
I think it
me.
was either it was somewhere between 6 to 8 hours. I think I'd have to look at but this piece looks so great. She got a super good deal on it.
Did she go in town?
Yeah, at the Head Rush place.
Okay,
Yeah. Anyways, that blew my mind.
Wow.
Get like really like she just got like a half upper or sorry, half forearm.
Mm-hmm.
Just like on the inner, and then goes like 2 weeks later and gets like half sleeve on one arm. Cool.
Chill.
And also getting more in the next couple. I'm like, I hate you now because I want more, but
I want more, and I'm so indecisive. Not in the sense of like, oh, I don't know if I want one. It's just like, I don't know where to put it.
That's me.
I don't know exactly what I want.
I don't know
and
where
I
to
know
put
it's permanent, so I want to think about it.
Yeah.
All these people who are just like, yeah, I'll take this flash, and I'm like, no.
Well, me, but I think about it for a while.
You also find cool artists all the time.
Yeah,
like I don't have the energy, or my algorithm just sucks.
My Instagram is just artists, so it's cool. Anyway, moving past this, the Toronto Pathway expansion.
Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay.
They're going to do more?
So they have a bike walk path that is owned by Metrolinx.
Okay.
That they made it seem like, I took it as it's beside the railway. Like, so you're alongside. So
Whoa.
somehow Mom took it as it used to be a railway, but it didn't look like that on the news.
Oh.
So when they built this, so it's only 2 kilometers long right now.
Okay.
It's short. When they built this, it cost them $3 million.
Holy shit.
They want to add another 2 kilometers. It is going to cost them, please guess, just another 2 kilometers.
Just another like 10 million?
Keep going.
15.
Keep going.
20.
Keep going.
30.
Keep going.
45.
Keep going.
$1 billion.
$150 million.
What the for 2 kilometers?
For an extra 2 kilometers, according to Metrolinx. And the city of Toronto is like, excuse me, you need to break down this price. Like, we don't have just money to give away. Like, we'd love
fucking nuts
to expand this path because people use it every day and people are excited that they want to keep going. Like
2 kilometers for
it's going to be, and I didn't write this down because I'm silly. I think it was like $75,000 per meter. They broke it down.
Oh my God. Imagine the housing you could build with that money. Imagine the problems you could solve with that money instead
like
of
Metrolinx, what the hell?
2 freaking kilometers worth of paved asphalt. Like,
So the city's like, no, before we do anything, you need to give us a clear breakdown of why this is going to cost so much.
Bunch of bullshit. That's
Like,
a bunch of bullshit.
I'm sorry.
That makes no sense. It's a path. It's a bike path.
It's a white
walking bike path.
Yeah, like, excuse me?
What? That's nuts.
Right?
We are recording, right?
We are recording.
Okay, good.
It's already been 21 minutes. If this is long, I don't care.
Yeah, I've got some cool school.
But yeah, I saw that in the news and was like, no way.
More obnoxious things that I found on Facebook Marketplace, just related to pricing, which is not as obnoxious as
150 million.
Yeah. But I found a Nintendo 64, not the actual machine.
Okay.
The plastic carry case that you would have got when you rented the machine, probably from Blockbuster.
Okay.
Take a guess how much this person was trying to sell it for.
I can hear crickets.
Me too.
They must be in the window. 300?
Well, no, 220. But still,
Okay.
it's a plastic case.
There's
the Nintendo
nothing
logo.
else.
There was nothing else involved.
Bro.
Like, are you nuts? People are just trying to scam people.
Yeah.
I swear. It's not worth it. But that's not as impressive as the 100 and...
For 2 like,
That's
what?
insane.
Also, I'm sorry for the crickets.
Those are some intense crickets.
Maybe there's one in the basement, to be honest. It's happened before.
Possible.
So, speaking of Toronto and money and stupidness, let's talk about 2 things.
Yeah.
That I did not write down. So the CNE opens on Friday, tomorrow.
Yep.
I've never been. Have you been?
Years and years and years ago when I was a small one that they could probably afford to bring me into the CNE.
Okay. So, they were talking about, Doug Ford is trying to pave over Ontario Place, get his like spa, and then essentially where the CNE is will become parking. They're worried about that.
Excellent.
It's cool, Doug Ford. That's really nice.
I mean, it pretty much is parking right now. It's just giant asphalted.
But like then
property.
they're saying they'd have to move.
The CNE?
Yeah.
Maybe they'd come over here.
I don't know.
Oh wait, we can't because we took out our own park.
Yeah.
Yeah, to build a recreation center.
I'm still mad that they took out the grandstands when that happened.
I will be so mad that I'll never see a monster truck rally
I know.
ever again. That's how hick we are.
Yeah.
Yay. So
The second thing, did you see Doug Ford's comment he made at the new vet clinic?
No. What?
They built this like state-of-the-art vet clinic. I can't remember what it was. I want to say like King something, but I don't know where that is.
Yep.
And he made a legit joke, and it aired because it was live about, we can send all of our overflow patients from the ER here. They can have their like
Oh, so he wants to dig deep into how he's fucked up healthcare. Live.
People were livid.
I would so be livid.
Veterinarians or doctors were making TikToks. Like, yeah, we can send our patients there, right? Yeah, they just need a CT scan.
Yeah.
Like, you fucker.
Yeah.
So then, his office comes out with a press release. He doesn't say anything. Oh, we've done like $85 billion into healthcare this year. Cool.
Oh, a bunch of crap.
I don't care how much you've put in it. Where's the proof that it's helped? Because it hasn't.
Well, how about we want to start taking money away from nurses and doctors?
We want to fucking take money away from the LCBO? Put our beer and our liquor in grocery stores? You know that the LCBO does fund a lot of things, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it funds a lot of shit. And it does.
I wasn't aware of.
The Trillium program is funded through marijuana, alcohol sales. Yay. Oh, and gambling.
Yeah. So Doug Forrest is really doing well this week in the
What
news.
an idiot.
Did
What-
you just type that?
Yeah, I did. Or Siri's listening really well.
Next thing, I watched, I don't know when it actually was recorded, but it came out. It's a podcast by two ladies. One is a doctor. I don't know what the other lady does. She's not officially a doctor. It's called She MD. I found it on YouTube. Halsey was on it.
Oh, okay.
So they split it into two. It was like 2 40-minute episodes. And they used ketamine for depression.
Yep.
And anxiety and PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of
for a little bit.
Yeah. She said it's been like, well, and I mean, they're in California, like
yeah,
LA,
it
so
took a while for
totally different.
like the FDA and all that stuff to actually approve those kind of treatments.
The doctor host of the podcast is actually her, I guess you would say her gynecologist, but has been for the past 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And if you don't know, Halsey has endometriosis, lupus. She's got a rare T-cell disorder.
Just awful.
But like that's the doctor that asked her 3 questions. Went, you have endo. We're doing surgery and we're treating this, and you're gonna have a baby when you want to. So 10 years later, she has a baby. And she is the one who referred her to it, and she said she refers probably on average 5 people a day.
Yeah, because a lot of people freaking have it.
I had no idea. And then today, I'm waiting for my mom to get home from work, and I'm on Twitter. 5 people have been charged in the death of Matthew Perry because they prescribed him ketamine.
Oh, shit. No, not Matthew Perry.
I know. 5 people, because the doctors, there's text messages between doctors like, oh, I wonder how much money we can get for this addict. And then it was too much money, so he bought it off the street. They showed his assistant or whatever, not medically trained, how to inject it into him. So he injected him with like street ketamine, and he fucking overdosed.
That's sad.
That's so sad. And that's probably the story that everyone's like, oh, don't do this. But if you're in a trained
it's supposed to be
facility,
a controlled substance. Like most of them are supposed to be controlled substances.
They don't want you to come back. No. The sessions are spread out, and most people don't like. Well, some can go like a year.
It's just like a lot of like a lot of different depressions are treated with psychedelics because
I had no idea.
Yeah, it just opens.
Which I mean makes sense.
Opens a different way of thinking and perceiving the world, which hopefully rewires your brain into being like, oh, hey, we can produce serotonin. We are happier. Like, this is okay. Things don't need to feel as panicked as your brain has convinced itself
because
to be.
They said the ketamine, I think it was like within 72 hours or 48 hours, it starts building new neural pathways. And then it's on you to do
you have
proactive.
To do the
proactive. I almost said provocative, proactive, and change routines and stuff. But I thought that was really interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, start taking up stripping.
Yeah. You know what?
Make a killing and you just get to dance all the time.
You'd be fit as fuck, too.
Fuck it. Yeah, you'd just be ripped. Especially on pole dancers.
I really want to try.
Oh, man. I could just feel the ab pain.
Right? It's just so cool, though.
How do you do that?
From an artistic standpoint and exercise, not from a shove money in my pants.
Yeah.
You do you if you do that.
I mean, it's like an active thing.
It's cool.
It's so active. It's
There's a club
Cirque
in
du
town.
Soleil.
Yes.
That, it's just so much physical, command and ability there.
That and the bungee workouts.
Yeah, those are cool. I
want to do that so
I feel like it would fall on my face.
I feel like you can't fall though because you're strapped.
I could test that theory. I'll figure it out. Just like someone was like, it's just like riding a bicycle. Well, have you ever seen me on a bicycle? I swear, if I don't fall off every time I get on the thing, it's fine.
I haven't been on a bike in, honest to God, probably 10 years, so it's okay. Maybe more.
That was me 2 years ago. Not since I was 11. I had to relearn how to do it.
A very cute mint bike, like old fashioned, like
Yeah,
bike with a
yeah,
basket
yeah.
for sale at Canadian Tire. And
Cute.
I was like, Mom,
Love it. I recommend an e-bike. They're great.
I can still hear the cricket. I'm so sorry.
So funny. Speaking of quick anti-depression, I'm going to recommend, there is a brand of boba tea that I've just been drinking on my own. You can get at Walmart for like $9. You can get 3 of them.
Like you
Make
make it?
your own. Yeah.
Oh, do you know David's Tea has boba tea kits now?
No.
I just found that out.
Guess what? So did I. I'm going to go to David's Tea.
We don't
Can't-
have one here.
Not anymore, sad
No.
face. But I am going to the Schwa.
The Schwa.
But
Yeah, they have like boba tea kits too,
that's cool.
and like
I
a
gotta try
boba
that.
tea tumbler.
Ooh, I need that. No, I don't.
No, I don't.
Put the credit card down and step away. Hey, like we mentioned, we hit over 500 plays.
They're so fun. And Sydney gave us a bunch of comments.
And Jade's gonna read them because you have the app on your phone. Though they are
How-
popping up on my phone now.
How did you break in?
There's a cat in here. He's all right.
He can catch the cricket.
Get the cricket,
Okay.
not the
I
machine.
swear to God, Spotify hates me because this app doesn't want to fucking load.
It's funny because it loads for me in the way that it sends me all these messages from
Yeah.
Sydney. Just Sydney though.
So on Goblin Court, which I think is like the least played episode.
Come on.
Nobody
it's the
liked our game of this or that.
name.
Um,
Okay.
that was uncalled for. I'm gonna have to kick you out.
Did you know, Kat, that you're being obnoxious?
So we had mentioned gas stoves for the win, and Sydney said gas stoves suck. They are horrible to clean. Trust me from experience, and just suck overall, and actually increase the risk for everyone in the household to get asthma. I think kids' risks up like 50% with one. Induction all the way.
Nope, Sydney, you're wrong. Denied.
Denied.
Sorry.
Ash,
Not sorry.
Please stop screaming.
Your opinion is irrelevant to me. Gas stove for life.
And then when you mentioned when we Googled each other,
Yeah.
we saw the Jade City book,
Yeah.
which I thought was cool.
Oh, that's cool. So it's out there.
It is out there. It's at
not
chapters.
just a buried book somewhere.
No, like
It must be popular.
like pretty high up on the shelf, like eye level.
It's a good sell.
And then on our Am I the Asshole 2.0, when you were talking about the wedding, she obviously was writing this as she was listening. Why couldn't they just have a B-Day bash for the grandma the weekend before or after? This seems like a reasonable solution. Then in all caps, wait a sec. Y'all just said the wedding is off as I typed this. That's insane.
So good. Yeah, we were surprised too. That got really deep.
Right?
Wonder if there's an update again.
Oh, you
I
should look.
follow into that.
And then I have a poll up. Actually, there's 2 now because there's one just went out with our
I'm
most
so
recent
glad you're
one.
on top of this because I have no clue what's going on.
That's okay. So there's a poll on, if you're on Spotify, on episode 21, we're introverts. It just asks, are you introverted, extrovert, or an ambivert? 2 people have said they're introverts. 1 has said they're an extrovert. 1 has said they're an ambivert.
Oh.
And that's good for another 16 days. And then they have a whole 35 days to answer whether they would drink cockroach milk on the latest episode.
Somebody's gonna click yes
Somebody.
jokingly.
Somebody might click yes, like wholeheartedly.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I would be a no.
I don't know. You could probably convince me if you didn't tell me what it was first.
We'll just make you boba tea with it.
Right? I wouldn't even notice at that point.
No, exactly.
It's fine. Forgivable.
We
until
talked
you
about
tell me.
we talked about YouTube. We're just talking about all the things today that are that's happening on the internet. Have you seen all of the drama around the stupid It Ends With Us movie?
I can believe it's there. I've seen the trailer. That's all I needed to see because it tells the whole freaking movie in one go, which also explains the whole book and then convinced me in the same set of whatever minute and a half of the trailer, might have been 2 minutes, I don't know, that I should never read a Colleen Hoover book.
Nope.
For the rest of my life.
No,
you know what? I'm tired of seeing all of her name everywhere. I don't even
She
know
used
her.
and she's had tables at chapters of just Colleen Hoover.
I don't think I could ever, after I've seen the movie trailer, not the movie, because not going to waste some money on it, but the trailer.
I'm going to rant for a
Go
minute.
Go for it. Straight.
Okay. 2 years ago, I think.
Yep.
I asked for It Ends With Us for Christmas
Yes, I remember this.
because it was the rave on TikTok. Everyone was like, this is such a good book. And I was like, okay, you know what? You read it. It sounds like a normal, like, rom-com. I
Yeah.
thought I was getting into a rom-com.
And then.
No trigger. Nobody had mentioned that there's fucking abuse in it.
Yeah.
Like,
Then it gets
out of
dark.
nowhere. Repeatedly. I understand domestic violence is a great topic to talk about. I wouldn't say it glorified it in any way.
Yeah.
However, was not prepared. That was uncool.
Yeah.
Also, her writing is just fucking weird sometimes. I think I
Oh.
sent you a TikTok last night late. And it was just like clips from the books. And
Yeah.
I'm like, how do people like this is weird.
It is weird.
Also, apparently she writes about a product and it's like a pyramid scheme product
oh, no.
that she's like a part of, and she writes about it in her books.
Yep.
Whether that's true or not, whatever.
Never reading her books ever.
So I read that and was like, I'm done. Like, I'm never reading another book of yours. Never. And then they were like, oh, we're gonna make a movie. And I was like,
Oh, okay.
why?
Yeah.
Thank
no.
God.
I saw the trailer.
Spoilers, if I didn't say that 2 seconds ago. They left out the part where she's obsessed with Ellen and writes to Ellen in her diary all the time.
Oh, okay.
Of all things. I don't know.
Like Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
Maybe she should consider not
Doing
dating men.
that. Or
Just a
about
thought.
about the fact, you know, what I don't know how much they touched on it, but the real love of her life was a homeless boy who lived in a house like that she could see. I can hear the fucking cricket. Like out her back window or something. His name is Atlas. And it was just weird. And there was something about cow poop that she wrote to Ellen about that she thought like it got smeared on her and it was the most like sexual thing ever.
No.
It's
never.
the book was wild. And then I just see all this drama about the dude who directed it, but also stars as like the dude and Blake Lively, and they're not on the red carpets together and all this. And it's like she had a totally separate cut of the movie made from what he made, and he's trying to like, you know, say no, this is not about like dude character. This is not a glorified da 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 da.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to work on the second movie because there's a fucking sequel.
No, please stop.
But everyone's just like totally up in arms on the internet, and what is going on?
That movie needs to be taken off.
It was just like, oh,
Not in a good way. I mean, just taken off the screen, taken off any screen. Just burn it and walk away. Sorry, Blake Lively, though. That sucks.
That does suck.
Because I do like her.
I like her,
You know?
but it was just this whole situation has been so weird, and
You think her husband would have been like, this was a dumb choice. Don't do this. Like, you know, don't stop her from doing it, but like, just give her an opinion on like, maybe this is not.
like go tell
exactly
this
the
story in a
best.
different way. I'm sorry, this
Especially
was
with
a
her.
terribly written book.
Yeah, she's also had a history on Gossip Girl
Yeah,
being a part of that like domestic violence stuff, and it's like maybe you should just like I get raising awareness, but it's just
it was
that
just-
book is just weird.
I don't recommend.
No,
I highly, strongly don't recommend.
I
Sydney
don't
goes,
recommend watching it
I
either.
want to read it just to see what I'm like. I have it.
Don't.
You can borrow it. Don't waste your money.
Don't waste your money or go to the library because they probably have every copy ever of Colleen Hoover's anything. So.
Yes.
Um.
I will save my last thing for the
Okay.
next one because we are 40 minutes in.
All right, people. If maybe we put this a little warning at the beginning there. If you want to get to the topic part, it starts now.
Yeah, I'll put a timestamp.
Oh, I guess we could do the day list thing. Do you want to cut that out
shit.
today or?
No, we can do it. It's
All right.
fine.
Mine's
You know what?
pretty shitty. I'm just
It
going to
is
tell you right now.
Our podcast, I don't care how long it is. We've
That's
been
true.
really good at not pausing. So I will admit, I did not listen to the last half an hour of last week's episode because
okay.
I knew
I might have said something stupid, but
we definitely didn't say anything stupid.
we're
'Cause
getting better
I do
at
remember.
this.
We are getting better.
Great.
And you know what? There's nothing I need to cut. I made like 4 cuts. I painted my nails. We're easy to listen to. I will give us that. And then I was like, you know what? I know that there's nothing else. I know there's no sound bits. I go, we definitely would have talked about this. And I would have made a note of it. So I left
All
it.
right. Well, anybody who's still here, the day list today for me is Epic Symphony Evening. And I don't know why, because I have not. Every week I seem to get some kind of symphony. I am not listening to symphony music. Spotify. I mean, they're all great. They're very epic, but I don't know any of this.
That's weird.
It's saying I'm listening to instrumental orchestra in the evening, symphony, epic, orchestra, battle, cinematic, dramatic. I feel like someone is logging into my Spotify and listening to this. I'm not even listening to this while I read. I listen to lo-fi.
Oh, okay. Maybe you should change your password and see if it changes.
I am curious, but it only comes up on Thursdays in the evening that I have this symphony thing. I'm not listening to symphony. Spotify, are you listening to me? No symphony.
No symphony.
No sympathies for the symphony.
I think I've had this before.
Was there a new Benson Boone song?
Yes.
There is.
Heartbroken, depressed sesh evening. Have we had this before?
You have.
I feel like I've had this
We're
before.
recycling our day list.
Listen to Romantasy, downtown vibes in the evening. Heartbroken, depressed sesh, sleepy weepy crying. Headache, heartache, and overthinking. Like what?
Spotify thinks you're just a depressed teenager. Heartbroken.
I'm not heartbroken.
Nah, you're pretty independent.
Yeah.
Yeah. No heartbreak over here.
No. Yeah, our Spotify's are weird.
It's time for space phenomena. It's the space phenomena.
Heck yeah.
So today we are talking about space. And that could be fictional space, real space, TV space, which is also fictional space, or space.
Or space.
Space. Most of mine is just general knowledge about space and maybe some horror stories about space,
Me, you, same.
which a little bit scary,
That's okay.
but that's okay. It's our podcast.
I'm gonna have to make a comment about the cricket in the description.
Space.
Space crickets.
Space crickets. Space possums.
Yes.
I don't know if that's what influenced me to talk about space this week.
I don't know.
So we've gathered a few infinite facts about space.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go first?
My first point is just I love space, but it makes my brain hurt.
Honestly, kind of terrifies me sometimes. Do you ever just stop and think, "Oh, I'm literally the micron. Like you're not even a micron. You're tinier. You're
on
tinier
a floating
than tiny.
rock.
You're on a floating rock in a vast, 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 vast universe that's also
Oh my
swirling
god!
around other universes.
So loud.
It's actually the cricket. The cricket is space. There's a lot of them now.
I think it's just the one.
He's good. He's
I
making
feel
some
like
good
it's
tunes.
down here somewhere in a wall.
It's gonna be funny because you won't be able to hear it in the.
I feel like I'll
In
be
the
able to
mic.
hear it.
It's so funny.
So I have a little story.
Okay. Cool.
I have been to the Kennedy Space Center.
Yeah.
So if anyone is in Cape Canaveral, which is in Florida, 10 out of 10, I recommend you take a trip down there.
I want to go.
I understand that normal people understand that a rocket and a spaceship are big, but you do not understand how massive these things are until you are standing beside them.
They're massive.
Until you are driving down a road to go, I'm going to call it to the shuttle base.
Yeah.
Till you see that giant fucking building in the distance and they go, you see that little gray rectangle? That door is about 10 feet high. And you go, what?
Yeah.
You
so
go, that's where the people go in.
twice as big as a human, but tiny. Tiny.
Or you see the machine thing that carries the rocket that takes a week to move.
Insane.
Like it's just so big. I can't. It's like so mind-boggling.
Yeah. Imagine being an astronaut strapped to that. Like you're literally on a bomb. You were literally on a bomb that explodes and somehow takes you off the planet into a place with no gravity. I don't understand.
It's like, it's crazy.
And then we have all this like science fiction television stuff that's just like, oh yeah, we just launched a, spaceship into space. There's no difficulties doing that. The science is sciencing. Space is spacing. There's no dangers. No, don't worry about, space radiation destroying your body as you're flying or traveling through space.
Fucking vacuum.
Yeah, no worries.
It's gonna boil you.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, cool, chill.
You're just like, your whole body just gross.
You explode.
Yeah, you start like melting. No, so it's just weird.
It is weird.
So weird.
It's also,
and that's because of your own body heat.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, we'll get to that. Anyway,
I was like, oh, I'll look up like some space shows because you were like fiction and stuff.
yeah.
We have so many movies and shows about space.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Whether it's cartoon or like real people. I feel like the cartoons are more like yada yada, like the Jetsons. Like, oh, this is what our future is gonna look like.
Yeah,
that's fun. Also not true. I mean, we do want to send people to Mars to live on. Not me. You have fun with that.
I'm out.
It's gonna take you what, 6 years to get there?
Ugh, that sounds terrible.
But I feel like all of the human ones are also very scary.
Yeah, I mean, look at Alien.
Yeah.
No, thank you. What if that was a thing? And it is completely possible that it might be a thing.
That was my thing. Do you believe in aliens? Do you think we're the only people there?
Fuck no.
Thank you.
There's a great possibility that there is way more out there or duplicate universes as well.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And just whole like organisms and races that we just can't, we don't have the technology.
And like, I'm gonna touch on light years, but like that would play a huge part in it of us not knowing.
Because everybody's probably dead.
No, but if there's nothing there, we're seeing it in the past is what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just like, there's so many movies and shows on space.
There is.
For something that's essentially just a void that we don't know a lot about.
Star Trek. Star
Wars.
A lot of movies that start with star.
Treasure Planet, Space Jam, Bee and Puppycat, Gravity, Martian, Interstellar, Alien franchise,
Have
like you
seen
said.
Interstellar?
No, but I heard
it's good.
The ticking is like a year or a day or something.
Yeah, it's weird.
I want to watch it.
There's a lot of weird stuff that happens in that movie. It's really good, though. It's really good.
Yes. The Martian and Interstellar, I've heard good things about.
Yeah. Are you done here?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Black holes.
Oh, fucking black holes.
The ultimate abyss. So black holes, if you didn't know, are regions in space where gravity is so intense, which just blows my mind. Because like you're going through space and a lot of space is just nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. It's like darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden there's just this giant black hole, which is so thick that light can't even escape the grasp of it. So it's a black hole, legitimately. It just blows my mind. And then I guess they form when the stars like collapse.
Yeah.
So it just like sucks everything in.
Yep.
But where does it go?
We'll never know.
Where does it go? So apparently, though, I learned when I was doing this, there are different kinds of black holes.
Ooh, okay.
So there's a stellar, intermediate, and supermassive.
Supermassive black hole.
Right? As soon as I was like, we gotta play the song.
It's a good song.
Stellar black holes have a mass several times that of our sun, and supermassive black holes are found at the center of galaxies, can be billions of times more massive. Just like our sun is so completely massive compared to us.
But
and
it's
then
like
it's
so tiny.
Billions of times big.
Yeah.
What if we are just like right now getting sucked into a supermassive blacks?
I feel like we would know.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And and there's something like the horizon. Like as soon as you go over the horizon, you're gone.
Yeah, the boundary around the black hole is called the event horizon.
Yeah.
Okay, and once something crosses that point, it's pulled toward the singularity at a point of infinite density at the center of the black hole. Just like spaghettify yourself.
Yeah. Goodbye.
And you just disappear. Or maybe you get put through the black hole and then you end up somewhere else.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
That's like I've always since I was younger. Like what really happens when you die?
Yeah. Maybe you
always
get sucked into a black hole.
Maybe. So speaking of light years, most of the stars we see at night are already dead. But
Oh, that's depressing.
because they're so far away, the light is still traveling. So let me explain light years using an article from NASA for kids.
Thanks, NASA. Especially since I'm dumb and I need kid explanations.
So, for most space objects, we use light years to describe their distance. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 Earth year. 1 light year is about 6 trillion miles, or 9 trillion kilometers. That is 6 with 12 zeros behind it. The groaning. When we use powerful telescopes to look at distant objects in space, we are actually looking back in time. But how can this be, Erin?
Oh.
Light travels at a speed of about 186,000 miles, or 300,000 kilometers per second. That seems really fast, but objects in space are so far away that it takes a lot of time for their light to reach us. The farther an object is, the farther in the past we see it. Our sun, the closest star to us, is about 93 million miles away, so the sun's light takes about 8.3 minutes to reach us. This means that we always see the sun as it was about 8.3 minutes ago. The next closest star to us is about 4.3 light years away, so when we see this star today, we're actually seeing it as it was 4.3 years ago. All the other stars we can see with our eyes are farther, some even thousands of light years away. So they've got the North Star Polaris is 320 light years from us. The Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million light years. The our closest neighboring star, which is Proxima Centauri, 4.3 light years away. The Milky Way itself, the center, is 26,000 light years away, which it's weird that the nearest galaxy is Andromeda, sorry. And then one of the oldest galaxies ever found, called GN Z11, is 13.4 billion light years away. Stars can be found in large groups called galaxies. A galaxy can have millions or billions of stars. The nearest galaxy to us, Andromeda, is 2.5 million light years away, so we see Andromeda as it was 2.5 million years in the past. Damn. The universe is filled with billions of galaxies, all farther away than this. Some of these galaxies are much farther away. Well, you just repeated yourself. In 2016, did you just hear something?
Yeah, I think someone dropped something on the floor upstairs.
Hubble's telescope looked at the farthest galaxy ever seen, which is the GN Z11. It is 13.4 billion light years away. So today we see it as it was 13.4 billion years ago. That's only 400 million years after the Big Bang. It is one of the first galaxies ever formed in the universe. Learning about the very first galaxies that formed after the Big Bang, like this one, help us understand what the early universe was like. So this is what I mean when I say, how can you say there's no life if all you can see is 13 billion years ago in the past?
Right?
Like, they could be so far ahead.
They could be so far ahead. They could be so far behind. They don't know because the universe is ever expanding.
You'll never know.
Time might not be the same there as it is here.
Like, if someone was looking at us from far away, they would see dinosaurs. Does that not mess with your brain?
Insane.
Someone went to the washroom. I love podcasting in a house.
It's so good. Talking about the vacuum of space.
Oh, God.
All right. It's empty, but it's not quite empty.
Space?
Space.
Yeah.
It's a near perfect vacuum, meaning it has extremely low pressure and contains very few particles, such as atoms or molecules. It's crazy to me.
It is crazy.
That most of everything of what we know is on this planet.
Yes.
is atoms and molecules.
Yes.
But you just go into space and there's nothing. It's not completely empty, though. It has traces of particles, cosmic rays, and even dark matter, which they have yet to kind of define completely what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So the human impact of going into space. Here we go. If you didn't have a spacesuit on,
I have a thing about this too.
You can go into more gory detail about this, but you'd be exposed to the vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
Your loss of air from the lungs happens, okay? You start swelling, and then you immediately die due to the lack of oxygen. So everything you see in these shows and movies where people survive space,
it ain't happening.
It's not happening. You just lose oxygen. There's nothing to breathe.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there. But spacesuits are designed really well to protect astronauts from this.
I have facts and a time breakdown of if your spacesuit had a leak.
Oh, God, no. That's terrifying. Instantly, just lay down and... You want to swap to that?
Sure.
You might as well follow up with the more gory details.
Leave it to me. So, if your spacesuit had a leak, you'd last a couple of minutes at most. After 10 seconds, you'd be unconscious. The lower pressure of the vacuum would cause your blood and other bodily fluids to boil, including the moisture on your tongue. But this wouldn't be fatal because there's pressure maintained in our blood vessels. Gas bubbles would form, you'd bloat and swell, and the low humidity of space would cause you to cool down rapidly and your eyes could freeze over. So within 1 to 2 minutes, the lack of oxygen would be deadly. The stress of the situation, of course, would make all of these symptoms way much worse, and you would become oxygen deprived more quickly. Rapid decompression would cause damage to your lungs, eardrums, and sinuses, as well as bruising and bleeding from your soft tissue.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's a reason why spacesuits are designed to have an airlock that somebody else has to take off your helmet.
Yeah.
Which is mind-boggling.
It's just terrifying because there's nothing you can do.
It's crazy.
I have so many things.
I know.
Let's clarify the dark side of the moon.
Okay.
The moon has is tidally locked to Earth. And what they mean by this is that one side always faces us while the other side is called the far side or the dark side is completely remains hidden. So we'll never, people on Earth will never see the other side of the moon. Which is creepy, kind of weird. But both sides are in sunlight during the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's no actual dark side of the moon.
I also saw that it's shaped like a lemon.
Yeah, it's really weird because it's been hit before, right? So it's not perfectly round.
Yeah.
It just looks round to us from a distance because it's so far away. So the far side of the moon was first observed by the Soviet spacecraft Luna 3 in 1959, and since then it has been a focus of various missions, including the recent Chinese Chang'e 4 mission, which landed a rover on the far side of it. So it's not actually dark.
Rovers, the Mars rover.
The rovers.
The rover that sang itself happy birthday every year, and then it died. And that it's getting dark, and they sang it a song, and then it went offline. I will cry about Curiosity till I die.
Oh,
I think it was Curiosity. I'm gonna talk, if you're done.
Yeah.
About NEOs.
Neos.
Notable? No. Sorry.
No.
I was just reading the title. It is a near Earth object.
Oh, I don't like these. I think I avoided looking up horror stories because this just gives me like it is a horror story to me, especially if you've seen any of the movies out of like the late 90s, early 2000s. Those dinosaur movies, you know.
Well, technically, so throughout Earth's history, there have been many instances of near-Earth objects, aka NEOs, impacting our planet, either reaching the surface or exploding above ground from the intense energy released as the object passes through the atmosphere. Asteroids impact Asteroid impacts are natural processes that shape the surface of our planet, like volcanoes. The vast majority of these impacts were from very small objects, but there have been some remarkable exceptions. The I never looked up how to say this. Chelyabinsk. Can you see it from there? Chelyabinsk.
Yeah.
It's over in Russia. In 2013, an asteroid about 20 meters in diameter entered the atmosphere above the city. Insert here, Russia. It exploded while it was still in the air, releasing the same amount of energy as 500 kilotons of TNT.
Damn.
Luckily, it exploded about 30 kilometers above ground. It did not cause direct impact damage. Still, it created a shockwave that injured 1,500 people and damaged 7,200 buildings across 6 cities.
Wow.
Most of the injuries were caused by curiosity. People saw the bright flash, walked out to windows to look outside, and the shockwave, traveling at slower than the speed of sound, arrived later and shattered the windows, injuring people with flying glass.
Oh, okay. So that's an us problem.
There's a picture of it.
That's wild. I mean, I would definitely throw myself
At the
front
window.
of glass windows to see that.
There was the Tunguska event.
Okay.
In 1908, a 30-meter diameter asteroid or comet, they don't know, entered the atmosphere and exploded above ground, again, in Russia.
Russia seems to get it.
Right? Well, it is a big place.
It is really big. They do have a lot of land mass, so that would make sense. Also, they're north, which probably is like the gravity.
Yeah. The explosion knocked down approximately 80 million trees over an area of 2,150 square kilometers, 830 square miles. The explosion had been estimated about 1,000 times more powerful than the explosion of the atomic bomb at Hiroshima.
What?
Had this taken place over a metropolitan area, that city would have been completely destroyed. Luckily, it happened in a remote area of Siberia, and nobody is thought to have been killed.
Wow.
And then we've got our Chicxulub event.
Things always happen in places where we cannot pronounce the names
65 million years ago.
Okay.
An asteroid roughly 10 to 15 kilometers in diameter hit Earth in what is now Mexico. The impact killed 70% of all species on Earth, including the dinosaurs.
Oh, damn.
An impact of that size would have had devastating events, and the geological records give us some indication of what happened. The asteroid hit water, creating mega tsunamis reaching from southeastern Mexico all the way to Texas and Florida and up a shallow interior ocean that covered what is now the Great Plains. Are the Great Plains up here?
I think so.
Okay. The blast would have thrown chunks of the asteroid and Earth so far that they would have briefly left the atmosphere before falling back down to the ground.
Okay.
Like millions of shooting stars, all of this material would have been heated to incandescence upon re-entry, heating Earth's surface and igniting wildfires. It's possible that all of Earth's forests burned. Meanwhile, colossal shockwaves would have triggered global earthquakes and possibly volcanic eruptions.
Oh my God.
A cloud of superheated dust, ash, and steam would have spread from the crater as the impactor slammed underground in less than a second.
Those poor dinosaurs. Oh my God.
At least it's fast.
So terrifying.
The dust could have covered the entire surface of the Earth for up to a decade.
Anybody who did survive died because all of the green died.
30% of what species lived, okay? 30%. Shout out to those 30%.
How are we even here?
I
Is
don't
my
know.
question.
So yeah, it created a harsh environment for living things. Perhaps more significantly, the dust could have also lingered in the atmosphere, blocking out the sun and interrupting the photosynthesis of plants that the entire food chain depends upon, as well cooling the Earth's temperature for many years.
And
Hence,
then we had
the Ice Age. I love space.
Space is so scary.
It's so weird.
All right. So we're going to travel from Earth and its devastating, terrifying asteroid, planet nuking terrors. Okay. And we're going to go over to Jupiter.
Boys go to Jupiter to get more Jupiter.
Or experience a gigantic cyclone.
Okay.
as we know as
Oh.
the Great Red Spot.
Yeah, hasn't it been going for a while?
It's a storm, yeah. It's a massive high pressure storm system. We
Mhm.
have high pressure storm systems here,
I'm glad
but
we don't
not
have
quite
this.
as big as this. In the planet's southern hemisphere, it has been going on for 400 years.
I saw this, yeah.
Though it is shrinking, and it might eventually
Oh.
disappear. So you want to know how big this thing is?
Yes.
It could contain 3 Earths side by side. That's
How big is
this
Jupiter?
Jupiter's freaking massive. Winds inside this storm can reach speeds of 432 kilometers per hour. Or for our American friends, 268 miles per hour. That's freaking so fast. We don't even have storms on this planet
No.
that go that fast.
No.
No, because the planet would probably just explode.
It'd be like a Beyblade.
Bye. Into the sun, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so terrifying. Space is terrifying, everyone.
Can I tell you about comets?
Tell me all about comets.
I'll tell you about comets, and then I'm going to talk about Halley's Comet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we like that random comet that floats around every 50 years or whatever.
Comets are frozen leftovers from the formation of the solar system. They are composed of dust, rock, and ices. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
They range from a few miles to tens of miles wide, but as they orbit closer to the sun, they heat up and spew gases and dust into glowing head, so that into a glowing head that can be larger than a planet. Cool, love that. The material forms a trail that stretches millions of miles. Comets are cosmic snowballs of frozen gases, rock, dust that orbit the sun. When frozen, they are the size of a small town. When a comet gasp, why are you repeating yourself? There are likely billions of comets orbiting our sun in the Kuiper belt, and even more distant from Oort cloud.
For all the science people, that's locations in space that we don't know how to pronounce.
No. So, 1P Halley's Comet. Halley is often called the most famous comet because it marked the first time astronomers understood comets can be repeat visitors to our night skies. I think that's so cool.
It's so wild, but that's the power of gravity.
Yeah.
Insane.
Astronomers have now linked the comet's appearance to observations dating back more than 2,000 years. What?
Wow.
What? Halley was last seen in Earth's skies in 1986 and was met in space by an international fleet of spacecraft. It will return in 2061 on its regular 76-year journey around the sun.
76 years. Wow.
I will be 62. I better fucking see that comet.
You better be around.
Yeah.
You better be there. We're going to need some high power binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Let me give you a little bit of history. Until the time of English astronomer Edmund Halley, who lived from 1656 to 1742. I feel like that's a good jaunt for back then.
Sorry, what was the dates?
1656, 1742.
Oh, yeah. That is pretty good. That's almost 100. Sorry,
Siri?
what? Siri, I know what date it is.
No! Siri, stop! Am I saying the date too? Go away!
It's a weekday calculator. What is it?
Okay. Comets were believed to make only one pass through the solar system. In 1705, Halley used Isaac Newton's theories of gravitation and planetary motions to compute the orbits of several comets. Halley found that similarities of the orbits of bright comets reported in 1531, 1607, and 1682, and he suggested that the trio was actually a single comet making return trips. Halley correctly predicted the comet return in 1758. History's first known periodic comet was later named in his honor. The comet has since been connected to ancient observations going back more than 2,000 years. It is featured in the famous Bayeux tapestry,
Okay.
which chronicles the Battle of Hastings in 1066.
Wow.
In 1986, an international fleet of spacecraft met the comet for an unprecedented study from a variety of vantage points. The science fleet included Japan's Susi and Sakigak spacecraft, Soviet Union's Vega 1, Vega 2, The International ISE-3 ICE spacecraft, European Space Agency's Giotto, NASA's Pioneer 7 and Pioneer 12, and
That was back when they actually cared a lot more about space.
so they all went up when it was going to return in 1986. Each time Halley's Comet returns to the inner solar system, its nucleus sprays ice and rock into space. The debris stream results in a 2-week meteor shower each year. The Eta Aquarids in May and the Orionids in October. That's cool. I didn't know that. The dimensions are about 9.3 by 5 miles, so about 15 by 8 kilometers. It's one of the darkest or least reflective objects in the solar system.
Wow.
It has an albedo of 0.03, which means that it reflects only 3% of the light that falls on it.
Whoa.
It moves back towards, so opposite of Earth's motion, moves backwards. I can't read. Opposite of Earth's motion around the sun in a plane tilted 18 degrees to that of Earth's orbit. Halley's backwards or retrograde motion is unusual among the short period comets, as its greatest distance from the sun is beyond the orbit of Neptune.
Whoa.
How far away is Neptune?
I can't remember the order of the planets.
I know it's something about eating pizza. Halley's orbit period is on average 76 Earth years, corresponds to an actual orbit circumference around the sun of about 7.6 billion miles or 12.2 billion kilometers. The period varies from appearance to appearance because of the gravitational effects of the planets, measured from one perihelion passage to the next.
Whoa.
Halley's period has been as short as 74.42 years. That was in 1835 to 1910, and as long as 79.25 years in 451 to 530.
You know what? You're not done yet. Go for it.
I'm not done. I'm sorry.
I have something.
The comet's closest approach to Earth occurred in 837, at a distance of around 0.033 AU, 3.07 million miles, or 4.94 million kilometers. At that time, April 10th, 837, Halley reached a total apparent brightness of about a magnitude of negative 3.5, nearly that of Venus at the greatest brilliance.
Whoa.
The light of Halley was spread over an extended area, however, so its surface brightness was less than that of Venus. During its 1986 appearance, the nearest approach to Earth occurred on the outbound leg of the trip at a distance of 0.42 AU, 39 million miles, or 63 million kilometers. It was slightly brighter than the North Star of Polaris, but again spread much over a larger area than a point-like star. At aphelion, I don't know what the hell that means, in 1948, it was 35.25 AU, so 3.2 billion miles, or 5.27 billion kilometers from the sun, well beyond the distance of Neptune. The comet was moving at about 0.9 kilometers per second, 2,000 miles an hour.
Whoa.
At perihelion on February 9th, 1986, it was only about 0.5871 AU, so 87.8 million kilometers, or 54.6 million miles from the sun, well
Insane.
inside the orbit of Venus. Halley was moving at 122,000 miles an hour, or 54.55 kilometers per second.
That's so fast.
What? My last thing. Scientists calculate the average periodic comet lives to complete about 1,000 trips around the sun. Halley has been in its present orbit for at least 16,000 years, but it has shown no obvious signs of aging in its recorded appearances.
Okay.
I want to see this comet.
That's insane.
I've got a song about it. I want to see it.
My theory is that the comet is not a comet.
It's a spaceship.
It's a spaceship when they're coming to check on us.
Maybe.
And every rotation is just like, are they smart yet? Are they smart yet? Have
Nope,
they
we'll
developed
come back.
technology? No, we'll come back. And it takes that long.
To get to where they're going.
Yeah. Because time dilation.
What's that?
It's a real life sci-fi phenomena.
I'm going to have to remember to take the sound clip bite this time when I edit.
Einstein's theory. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time is relative and can be affected by gravity and velocity. So the stronger the gravitational pull or the higher the velocity, the slower time moves relative to an observer at a different point. So an example of this, astronauts on the International Space Station, which I have a story about in a minute, experience time slightly faster than people on Earth due to the lower gravity in orbit and their high speed around the planet. However, the difference is only a few milliseconds over the course of a year. Crazy, though, that the farther you get...
I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking with the black hole, because there's so much gravity. Do you just, like everything gets so fast?
That's crazy.
Like, insane. Anyways, the story is that I was listening to this literally on the radio on the way here, so it's very... They are stuck at the International Space Station. Two of the...
I saw that their mission was like not long. They could be there for 8 years.
I don't think it's 8 years.
Okay.
8 months.
8
maybe.
months?
Yeah.
I saw a headline and I was like, what?
But I mean, luckily they were able to land at the space station.
Yeah.
So what happened was their Boeing spacecraft has an issue with it. They managed to land safely at the space station, but now they have to spend extra time trying to fix the spacecraft while up there all alone, but at least they have a lot of supplies and stuff for them. But they're already, today, which is a week behind from when we cast this, but they're already been up there for an extra week more than what they expected.
8 months.
So tomorrow when we post this, it'll likely be that they'll be still up there. So it'll be 2 weeks out from their original schedule.
This feels like Submarine.
It's a little spooky. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
They are well trained, but they will not be getting any rescue missions because there are multiple factors involved, such as the safety of that rescue mission.
Yeah.
Considering that things are already insanely difficult as it stands to get a Boeing spacecraft up there and land safely, that sending another one would not be smart, because if that ends up happening, they also have to work out ways of how do we bring them back, because the ships are not typically designed to carry other people. Also, their spacesuits can not be compatible, so it's not like a science fiction thing where you could just hop into a plane and be safe and come back. So there's a lot to it when you go into space. It's super...
I have seen that, but I never clicked into it. That's great. Like, I feel like I would give up hope.
I know. I'd just be like, this is why...
I'm going to go for a spacewalk. Catch you later.
Yeah. See ya. Never.
10 seconds.
That's insane. Or the most terrifying thing, and I think they made a movie about this with what's-her-face?
Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
Gravity.
Yeah, the Gravity. That's it. And just in space.
I never watched that, but like, someone tell me, does she literally just float away? Like, what is the point of that movie?
It's just 2 hours of someone trapped in a spacesuit until their air runs out, and they just fall asleep and float into
Is that
space.
what it is?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've
okay.
never seen
you've
it.
seen it.
I don't think I could watch it because that's a literal nightmare.
Yeah. Oh God, Aaron, did you know that 1 teaspoon of a neutron's weight is the same as the entire human population?
What?
So, to make something as dense as this star, the entire human race would need to be crammed into a space the size of a sugar cube.
Ooh, I feel like that would be really gross. It'd be just like a little
Mush.
Yeah, like a mush cube. Ew. The visuals on that are not pleasant in my brain. No. Like little tiny limbs.
I don't think you'd see anything.
Well, you look at it like with like a little micron telescope or whatever.
Maybe.
You just see like tiny limbs like smushed together.
Stars are huge. I can't. That's insane.
Oh, do I have anything else that's super interesting? Okay, there's one more fact, and it's called time dilation.
Didn't we just talk about this?
Nope, I meant twin paradox.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's like, what?
It's talking about time travel.
Okay.
Okay, it's a thought experiment. So the twin paradox is a famous thought experiment in special relativity. It involves one twin traveling at near light speed on a space journey while the other twin remains on Earth. So I think this is somewhat similar to quantum physics because
I know nothing about quantum physics.
it's like having or something else that exists in quantum space that is exactly whatever.
What's quantum mean?
I can't explain that.
Okay.
I'm not smart enough. The outcome is upon returning, the traveling twin finds that they have aged much less than the earthbound twin.
Okay.
It highlights the effects of
Yeah.
time dilation. Okay. Though it's a theoretical scenario, it's supposed to like explain the extreme conditions can lead to different like how time can change. It's so crazy.
I feel like they should test it.
Well, we can't physically travel at light speed yet.
True.
Because
Okay.
we'd
They're traveling
have
at light speed.
to, even if we did create a craft that could do it, we'd have to have on the front of that craft, we would have to have something that would protect the travelers from particles, like radical particles, like a really, really thick lead shield or something.
Healthy.
Because you'd be traveling so fast that if you did run into those particles, they would act like bullets and would just rip through you.
Right.
So like you literally
Be cheese.
it's dangerous. It's very dangerous to travel at light speed.
Right.
Oh, this is why light does it and we do not.
Okay. I will end with a couple stories about people dying.
Yes, that's a good ending. If everyone's still tuned in for what are we at?
We're
like,
actually not that as far as I thought we would. We're only at 122.
Oh, okay. I thought we were at like 2 hours.
No.
Sick.
Please take these numbers with a grain of salt. Space exploration began just over 60 years ago, and only like 20 people have died.
Is that accurate?
That's what I just said. Take these numbers with a grain of salt.
60. Almost 70.
Yeah, I don't know when the article was from. I should have checked that.
Yeah.
14 of these were in NASA's space shuttle tragedies of 1986 and 2003.
Oh, yeah.
3 more in 1971 of the Soyuz 11 mission. 3 in Apollo 1 launch pad fire in 1967. Now, I'm assuming that these 20 are just like NASA. Not Russia, whatever, China, da-da-da-da.
Yeah, the Soyuz would have been Russia.
Okay. And I know
or
that
Soviet Union, I believe.
we've sent animals into space and... no.
What happened?
My headphones. I ripped them out.
Oh.
So I can't hear myself, but it sounds weird.
You're okay.
I
I can hear you fine.
So I just have some facts about each story because I didn't know about some of them. I don't know why I didn't take these off my head and do it because that would be
Just take a pause, plug them
a
in.
smart thing. Is that not where they go?
It's entertaining to watch. It's
What the hell?
You're like, oh, it actually goes on the other side.
I had the right side. Okay, so 1967.
Bring it on.
I got all the links. This was on January 27th, 1967, the planned launch of the first Apollo mission to carry a crew. Just 25 days away, Apollo 1 astronauts Virgil, a.k.a. Gus Grimson, Edward H. White, and Roger B. Chaffee were conducting a key test with their spacecraft on the launch pad. The test involved a mock countdown with the astronauts wearing spacesuits inside their capsule, sealed and pressurized with oxygen. At the time of the simulated liftoff, the plan called for the spacecraft to switch on its own internal power source. The crew also planned an emergency escape drill from the spacecraft at the test's conclusion. During the test, a flash fire swept through their spacecraft so quickly they had no time to open the hatches. The astronauts perished from toxic gases in the craft's environmental control system.
Oh, That's so heartbreaking.
I had never heard about this.
I didn't hear about that either. 1967.
Yeah.
That's just, it blows my mind how we were just like, yeah, we'll just go into space. Cool, 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 cool. Strap yourself to a rocket, light a fire.
Yeah. So there's
Ugh.
that one.
Rest in peace.
1971 is the Soyuz. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yep,
11.
Soyuz. Yeah.
So let me just, because some of them are really long, and get into them within like the first.
I recommend, if you want to watch the show For All Mankind.
I've
It's
never
on
heard of
Apple
it.
Plus. It's a retelling of if America had not won the space race.
Ooh.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's just, and it also explains a lot of like the space, the idea of space travel and stuff like that.
Okay, I think this one is going to explain it in the first paragraph.
All right.
I have one, I think is that I like know that I had to like scroll.
Yeah.
So the Soviet Union established the first experimental space station in Earth's orbit in June 1971 when Soyuz 11 cosmonauts George T. Dobrovsky,
Yeah.
Vladislav N. Volkov,
Yep.
and Viktor I. Patsiev,
Sure.
boarded the Salute, I'm going to pronounce it, and spent more than 3 weeks aboard the laboratory conducting a variety of experiments. Tragedy struck near the end of their record-setting mission when, shortly before re-entry to the Earth's atmosphere, the cosmonauts died as a result of depressurization of the spacecraft.
Oh, no.
They were not wearing pressure suits. The Soviet government honored the cosmonauts with a state funeral, with NASA astronaut Thomas P. Stafford representing the President of the United States. As a result of the accident, the Soviets temporarily halted human space flights while engineers redesigned the Soyuz spacecraft. Since then, all cosmonauts have worn spacesuits during Soyuz landings and launches.
That sounds like a smart idea.
Like, it was going so well.
Ugh.
And like depressurization.
Not cool.
No.
As we know from
No, thank you.
Ocean Gate.
Yeah. At least it's fast.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No, it is fast. It's like snap your fingers and you're just exploded.
So 1986 is Challenger.
Ugh. I remember reading about this recently too.
Yes, because it was 35 years ago. I don't know when this article is from. This is the one that has...
I'm not 35.
Is that when you're born?
No.
Oh.
When was this?
1986.
86, 35. No, that's not right either.
So this is part of the crew. They were going up to study. Haley. Okay, so from my understanding, there were some complications. So it was like delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. On January 28th, 1986, astronauts once again boarded the Challenger as managers had cleared the launch despite unexpectedly cold temperatures overnight at the Kennedy Space Center. Managers considered significant ice covering parts of the launch tower had not enough of a concern to delay the launch once again. In behind-the-scenes discussions, concerns by engineers about the effects of the cold temperatures on the integrity of O-rings in SRB segment joints.
Yep.
Yeah, we know what those are. Were overruled by managers who cleared Challenger to launch. Liftoff took place at 11:38 a.m. Eastern Time. As soon as Challenger cleared the control of the vehicle shifted from Kennedy Space Center's Launch Control Center to the Mission Control Center at JSC. I don't know that acronym. Where Ascent Flight Director J.H. Green and his team monitored the mission's progress. For the first minute or so, the launch appeared to proceed normally, with the usual callouts between crew and capsule communicator Richard O. Covey in MCC, Mission Control. At 73 seconds after liftoff, controllers lost all telemetry from Challenger and noticed a fireball on television screens. Stunned controllers slowly came to realize that the vehicle had suffered a major malfunction and that the crew likely did not survive.
But they did.
Did they? Oh, because they were technically alive when they were falling back, weren't they?
Yeah.
Sorry, there's more.
I think. Unless I'm mixing one of these up with the other
No,
one.
I think that's it. It doesn't really say anything else. It like talks about children going on to be astronauts.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like this I feel like I've heard stories of like, their kids are at school watching and your parent blows up midair.
Yeah. Just terrifying. I think a lot of people who were children, and it was like a big thing. They like made it a huge thing about, putting this on the TV and showing the launch, and the kids were all watching, and it's like, how do you explain this to your kids when it's...
I think it is Challenger that they would, after like a while, they would have been alive and knowing that they're just like kind of
screwed.
Plummeting. Last one is in 2003. So the Space Shuttle Columbia disintegrated as it returned to Earth. It killed all 7 astronauts on board. Commander Rick Husband, pilot Willie McCool. I like your last name. Mission specialist Kalpana Chawla, Laurel Clark, Michael Anderson, David Brown, and payload specialist Ian Ramon of Israel. It's definitely not Ian. Their mission on the 28th flight for Columbia, which became NASA's first shuttle to fly in space some 2 decades earlier, was focused on research on physical life and space sciences. The crew spent their 16 days in space conducting some 80 experiments before preparing, sorry if you can hear my cat, to return to the Kennedy Space Center on the morning of February 1st, 2003. I was 4. Never heard about this.
2003, I was 12.
I was just turning 4. That's crazy. Instead, the shuttle broke apart over northeast Texas near Dallas shortly after re-entering Earth's atmosphere and minutes before it was due to land. Temperature and tire pressure readings from the left side of the shuttle vanished. Mission control lost contact with the crew, and Texas residents saw streaks of smoke in the sky as debris began falling to the ground. Pam Melroy, NASA's deputy administrator and astronaut who helped lead part of the Columbia investigation, told Morning Edition's Steve Inskeep that she remembers that day. She was in Florida getting ready to greet the crew. The space shuttle is coming back through Earth's atmosphere at Mach 25. I don't know what that means. Is that fast?
Yeah, Mach 25.
Yeah. So it's going to arrive within a second of when it's predicted, she recalled. And so it was a moment where we all looked around and said, how could this be happening? The space shuttle isn't here. And that's when we realized it wasn't coming back.
That's so sad.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think one of our fastest, like, fighter jets or something is like Mach 8 or something like that.
Holy crap.
So... that's a lot. Was that all your stories?
I have a cat laying on a treadmill staring at me. I thought Ash was in here.
I think that all of these accidents have really put a reserve on sending people into space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, before we sent the people who are now trapped up there, when was the last time we sent people to space? Like the U.S.?
Well, I think they send lots of people to space all the time, but they don't send them past, like, the International Space Center.
Oh, okay.
Like, when was the last time we actually went to the moon?
Been a while.
And then they're working at getting people to go onto Mars. It's going to be a few more generations of people before that even happens. And don't sign me up for it.
No, thank you.
All I'm saying. So that was space, folks. Just a small slice of space.
Sorry, I said it would take 6 years to get to Mars. It would take 9 months. That's still too long.
That's still I was in a 5-hour car ride with my family the other day.
That's enough.
Yeah, I was done. Well, it was 5 hours one way.
Yeah.
5 hours back. So, yeah, no, that's enough for me. I don't need 9 months. I'm good.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I'll stay here on my little planet Earth.
Yeah.
A lot less deadly from what I can see. So what did we learn today, children? Today we learned that space is terrifying.
It's terrifying, but it's also really cool.
It's very cool. There's some really unique stuff out there that we couldn't even touch on because we'd have to sit here for, I don't know, months.
Oh, we can do another space episode because there's something you mentioned that I was like, oh, I totally forgot to look into that. Now I forget what it is.
Space Part 2.
Yes.
Stay awake for it.
It was the moon and the ocean.
The moon and the ocean. Yes, we all secretly know about the moon and the ocean if you've played Zelda. Actually, I don't remember if that's even a thing. That's not a thing.
I just think it's weird that the moon controls the tide.
Yep, we'll talk about that later because that feels like a Sailor Moon episode.
Okay. You don't have a give back in here.
I don't, but I do have one in mind.
Okay, good.
And my phone's like, call Matthew. It's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Matthew.
Happy birthday.
You'll never listen to this.
No.
And do you just not let him?
No, he just doesn't really.
He just doesn't podcast.
He's not really a podcast.
Okay.
He's more of a YouTube person.
Hey, it's on YouTube.
It is on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. Go find us on YouTube. The song, okay, it's called Window Dreams by Rebate Coupons.
Okay.
I'm picking this because the band being named Rebate Coupons, I just thought was freaking hilarious. Also, thank you for adding it to our notes. Listen to Rebate Coupons today, folks.
Thank you, Sut.
Oh, that was
Don't.
local. Hi. Space.
Mine has changed 3 times. It was going to be a Noah Khan song, but
and I'm guessing it's Halsey.
It is Halsey's new song because it came out today, and I've listened to it probably 10 times already. It is Lonely is the Muse.
I'm going to listen to it on my way home.
It is so good.
I'm
I love
setting
it.
it up
I
right
cannot wait for this freaking album.
When is it?
I don't know.
Coming out?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's another song called Ego that she teased at a festival this week.
I'm so excited to have some new songs to listen to. Yes. What is happening, cat?
You say goodbye. I'm going to rescue the cat.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. You can like, rate, subscribe, comment, send your quips, queries, concerns, questions, just anything to us to unapologeticintroverts@gmail.com. You can send your hate mail too if you're not particularly fond of any of us. I mean, it's fine. The cats are slightly annoying, but whatever. Just kidding. Crickets are great. Are you gonna meow? Meow. Meow. Come on, you can do it.
Nope. I don't think it's going to happen. He doesn't want to be held, though.
He's ready to take off. That's fine. We're ready to take off too. We want to hear from you, and we're going to keep saying it until we get some more emails. So
Please.
Say it again. We want to hear from you. We do. Please send your emails or DMs or comment on our social media because, Jade works really hard at the social media stuff. So give her some feedback, people.
Please.
We hope everyone enjoyed listening this week about terrifying space. If you'd like to follow us anywhere else on the internet, we are on all the social media stuff right now, even YouTube.
We are on YouTube now.
YouTube. We'll be up to posting more threads soon. You can click on our bio.
Catch us next week for our pet peeves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jade actually got ahead of the...
I did. I don't know what happened. Don't expect it ever again.
It's fine. I'm going to try and beat you this time and think of something on the way home. Probably not. I'll forget completely. Catch us next week for pet peeves. It's going to be an interesting one because I have a few. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, have a great rest of your day.
Enjoy your weekend.
Your morning, your evening, your lunch, whatever you're up to right now. Whatever day you're actually listening to this. We should probably not say happy Wednesday because a lot of chances are people aren't listening.
I don't care.
It's fine.
If they're a true fan, they're listening when it comes out.
Yeah. If you're a true fan, you're dedicated to listening at 10 p.m. on Wednesday. Just saying you can do this.
Sut agrees.
Okay. We're going to go because the cat's losing its mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.